Hi everyone, welcome to the Bucks 11 Plus information event. Today's event is mostly geared towards families who are looking at Bucks grammar schools. But if you are looking at a GL style exam like Kent or SLAW, then a lot of the information should still be useful, especially information around how to prepare for the exam and the kind of resources we at Oxbridge Institute offer. Yeah. So before we get further, let's have a chat around what we are going to be discussing as part of today's session. Firstly, we'll look at a list of Buckingham grammar schools. We'll talk briefly about admission policies. We'll get an introduction to the 11 plus Bucks exam. We'll dive into exam pattern and scoring in a little more detail. We'll come to how to prepare for the exam. We'll talk a little bit about mock exams. And finally, there will be a Q&A session. So as we go along the presentation, if something comes to your mind, please put it in the chat. And towards the end of the session, we'll try to answer as many questions as possible. A couple of more points. A recording of today's session will be provided to you. So anything you like in the presentation, you don't need to copy it down. We have your email addresses. We'll send you a copy of a recording of this session as well as a copy of the presentation. So nothing to note down. Again, just a small disclaimer. All the information we are sharing as part of this presentation is based on our research. Uh, it is possible that things change. Grammar schools are allowed to change the pattern, etc. So we do advise you to keep updated with latest developments. We have a WhatsApp group which we'll be sharing with you later in the presentation. If you join that, we will try to keep you updated with the latest information. Yeah. So let's start with a list of Buckingham grammar schools. So there are 13 grammar schools in Buckingham. They have been helpfully displayed on this map. So we have got a big cluster of grammar schools towards the south of Buckingham, around Amersham, High Wycombe. We have got a group of grammar schools in Aylesbury. That is Aylesbury Grammar School, Aylesbury High, and Sir Henry Floyd. And then we have one grammar school in Buckingham, that is the Royal Latin School. So this is a list of the 13 grammar schools that are there in Buckingham. Let's have a brief discussion on the admission policies. So in Buckingham, you need to get a score of 121 plus in the 11 plus exam to be considered for a place in one of the grammar schools. Now, this is not raw score. This is standardized score. Later in the presentation, we'll be talking a lot about standardized scores, what they mean. So you need a standardized score of 121 plus to pass in Buckinghamshire. If you manage to achieve the score, then you need to fall within the defined catchment area. Even if you fall outside the catchment area, there is a possibility for admission. So if the seats are not filled within the catchment, then they open it out to the general public and it goes by distance. So we'll be talking about this in the next slide. There are special provisions for siblings, for students who have been in receipt of free school meals, looked after children, and if you have special education needs. So there are certain, allowances for this. If you fall into one of these categories, then just go into the admission policies in a little more detail, and you might find that you have a slight preference given to you because of these considerations. Children of teachers do also get preference in certain schools. So again, if you fall in this category, have a look at the detailed admission policies. Most students will fall into the category when they will gain admission based on the distance from the school. So generally, it is very rare for all the seats to be filled within catchment. So generally, admissions are open to students out of catchment. But again, this admission is based on distance. So there are no open seats in Buckinghamshire. So none of the Buckinghamshire schools will offer seats based on just the score. So it is based on a combination of 121 plus and your distance from the school. So here is a list of the main criteria, that is the distance. So on the left you have the grammar school name. This is the planned admission number, how many students they take every year. Uh, Address, move-in date. So in case you are planning to be within catchment, what is the date you need to move by? So in case you are looking at the 11 plus exam next year, so you need to be in your catchment area by the 1st of September. So the exam generally happens around the 10th of September. So you already need to be in catchment by the 1st of September. The only difference is Dr. Chandler schools, where the move-in date is actually 1st of April. So in case you want admission in Dr. Chandler schools and you will be giving the exam next year, you need to be in catchment by the 1st of April itself. So around 5-6 months before the exam. Now, the columns on the right give you the distance to which the catchment went over the previous years. So this column, sorry, this column tells you the distance catchment went to into 2023. This is 2024 and this is 2025. In general, the catchments have been known to shrink. Let's have a look at this. So for example, Dr. Chandler's, the distance was 7 miles in 23. It got reduced to 5.7 miles in 24, and the seats got filled within the defined catchment in 2025. So this is the way to look at it. Here we have a link to the website which gives you all this information. So you do have a look for yourself as well. This is the next set of the 13 schools. Again, the similar information. And this column tells you whether it's a boys only school, a girls only school, or a mixed school. So that is also important to a lot of parents. Now let's talk about how do you assess this catchment in a little more detail, because this is important to a lot of families. Uh, so as a sample, we are going to look at Aylesbury Grammar School and look at the catchment over the last 2 years. This is the address of the school. So we will be using this postcode to work out the catchment. And we recommend this particular website. So this will help you analyze if you are in catchment, not in catchment, or if you are considering moving, which areas you should move to. So let's copy this link. I will post this in the chat as well for anyone who needs this. So I posted a copy of this link in the chat, but please just keep looking on the screen. So let's post this link here. So this will bring you to this particular website. Now let's go back to the presentation. I hope you're able to see all this. So I'm going to copy this postcode of the school. I'm going to put it here in the address bar. And last year, the catchment went to 11.1 miles and 13.1 miles before that. So I'm going to put 11.1 miles and add a new circle. So this is the center of the school, and this is what the catchment was last year. Let's also put the catchment the year before. So I'm going to add a new circle. Okay. So now you can zoom in, and you, based on where you live, you can see if you would have fallen within catchment or outside of catchment. So for example, this is the bigger circle is the one from the year before, 2024. So parts of Milton Keynes and Bletchley would have been in catchment. But if you look at the catchment last year, it did not reach quite as far. So this is, I believe, the boys' school. Let me just double check. Yeah, this is the Aylesbury Grammar School. That is the boys' school. So if you were looking at 2025, that is this year exam. So if you were in Milton Keynes, you would not have fallen in catchment, but in previous year you would have been in catchment. So this is a very useful tool to helping you understand where you need to move in case you are considering a move, or if you are likely to fall in catchment in case you are already in Buckinghamshire. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. Any queries on this, please feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll take it towards the end of the session. Now let's come to a very important question. How do you choose the right school for your child? There are a number of parameters you should consider while looking at the right school. Academic ranking is obviously one of the more important ones. We'll be talking about this in the next slide. But there are other parameters to consider as well. For example, the commute. How long is the commute going to be? In the past, we have known families who have taken admission in a school which was like a hour's drive from their place, and they have really struggled because grammar schools are very intense. Students need a lot of time to study, and there are extracurriculars activities as well which will suffer if the commute is too long. So please give due consideration to the commute. Uh, for a lot of families, it's really important to get into a mixed sex or a single sex school. So in case this is important to you, in the table I showed you, it does mention if the school is single sex or a mixed sex school. So do give that the due weightage as well. For a lot of people, school demographics is important. What we mean by this is what is the mix of students, ethnicity wise, or other considerations. What is the mix of students in the school? If that is important to you, consider this parameter as well. The best way to understand this is when you go to the school's open days. You'll be able to interact with the students as well as the faculty and really understand what the school demographic is. School infrastructure and school specialty are important to some people as well. For example, if your child is really gifted in music, you want to understand what kind of music facilities the school has. Again, these are the things you will understand when you go to open days. We do highly recommend going to open days and taking the students with you so that they can actually experience the school for themselves. This can be very motivating for students, and this might get them to start working harder and actually make the cut. Yeah. So this is choosing the right school for your child. Let's talk about academic rankings in a little more detail. There are a number of academic rankings which are available. So, the one we recommend is the Good School Guide. So what they do is they rank schools based on attainment rate and progress rate. So what is progress rate? So what they do is they take the 8 most important GCSE subjects, and under attainment rate, they look at what the students achieved in the GCSE in those 8 subjects. And progress rate is when they entered the school versus how they performed in the GCSEs. What is the uplift? So that is how they measure progress rate. So we think this is a very good way to measure the school's performance. So that is why we recommend this ranking, and this ranks all 13 schools of Buckinghamshire based on this academic ranking. Again, like I mentioned, academic ranking is very important, but it is not the only thing. Do give other parameters due weightage as well. Let's talk a little bit about admission policies, in particular move-in dates. So catchment move-in dates for most Buck schools is the 1st of September, except for Dr. Chandler's both boys and girls schools, it is 1st of April. So in case you are planning admission in any of these schools, plan your move early and make sure you are well in place before the deadline. What you will find is a month before the deadline, everyone's is scurrying about trying to find a place. So if you plan your move early, that is better. Timeline. So this is timeline for 2026 intake, that is next year's intake, or students who gave the exam this year. The dates for next year have not been released, but they are expected to be, broadly similar. So 2nd of May is, when the admission portal opens. So you can register your child for the secondary transfer test around early May to middle of June. Yeah. So the portal is open for about, is it 1.5 months? So you need to make sure you register your child when the portal opens. 1st of September is the cutoff date for moving into catchment for most grammar schools. Like I mentioned, for Dr. Chandler's, it's the 1st of April. This year, 9th of September was the practice test, and 11th of September was the date of the real exam. We are expecting the results to be released around the 10th of October, and 31st of October is when you fill the CAF form. That is when you indicate to the council which are your preferred schools for admission. And 2nd of March is the National Offer Day. So on this particular day, you will find out if you have gotten admission in one of your chosen schools. Obviously, there are subsequent rounds as well. So even if you don't get admission on the 2nd of March, there is a chance that you might be offered admission in the later rounds. Let's have an introduction to the 11 plus exam itself now. So obviously the 11 plus is a selective entrance examination for admission into one of the 13 Bucks grammar schools. This is for entry into year 7. So that means the exam is taken at the start of year 6. So students who are currently in year 6 have just taken this exam, and in year 7 they will move into the chosen school next year. In terms of the exam pattern, the Bucks 11 plus exam consists of 2 papers. The first paper is English and VR, which is jointly around 45 minutes. So the English part is 25 minutes and the VR section is 20 minutes. Yeah. And obviously you have certain time to, read some sample questions, etc., which I have not included here. The second paper is Maths and NVR, again 45 minutes. Maths is 25 minutes, around 25 questions, and NVR 20 minutes, 40 questions. The exam follows the GL assessment pattern, so they are set by GL assessment themselves, and the exam is multiple choice questions only. So there are no written answer types, there are no long answer types in maths, and there is no creative writing. Yeah. Okay. This is a rough breakdown by main topics. So these are the kind of main topics you can expect. Obviously, this is not exhaustive list, but this should cover the main parts you can expect in the exam. Let's talk about exam scoring. There are three terms which you need to be aware of. The first is the raw score. So raw score is basically how many questions you got right. So in case there are 50 questions in the exam and you got 40 right, so your raw score is 40 or 80%. Yeah. Then we come to standardized scores. So standardized score is basically a measure of relative performance. So most schools don't use raw scores to figure out who to offer admission to. They use something called standardized scores. So standardized scores basically takes all the scores achieved into account, and it is like percentile. So what is your rank in terms of that list? Uh, Standardized scores range from 40 to 170. 170 is generally the highest score you can achieve. And a pass score, as I mentioned before, is 121 or over. The interesting thing is in Bucks, a score of 121 is considered equal to a score of 160. So there is no preference you would get if your score is higher than 121. As long as it is 121 or over, it's all considered the same. Around 30 to 33% of the students who sit for the exam achieve the score of 121 or more. The last thing you need to know is age standardized scores. So what happens is within a year group, there can be up till a year's difference between the eldest child and the youngest child. So age standardization is a way to compensate the younger children because they have had one less year of brain development. So what happens is children who are younger, they get certain extra points. So nothing is taken away from students, but the younger students are awarded a few extra points. Based on our experience, it could be like 3 or 4 points at the maximum. So, so when the score range is 40 to 170, a couple of extra points would make a difference. But any student who is deserving can definitely do it without these points as well. Now let's talk about how to prepare for the exam. First, let's talk about theory coverage. So obviously there is a lot of theory to be covered in maths, English, VR, NVR, etc. We highly recommend either these bond handbooks or CGP study books. Now, these books are really good in the sense that they first take you through the theory aspects of the topic, and then they give you a lot of practice on those topics. So, both of these books are equally good. We would recommend picking up one set and going through it for your basics or theory coverage. At Oxbridge Institute, we have these subject-wise camps. So we have this English camp, Maths, VR, and NVR camp. And we have these special camps called Accuracy Booster and Vocabulary Booster. So these camps are held during term breaks. So when students would be off from the school, we hold these camps. These camps are run as a week-long competition where students can win prizes, etc. as well. And we have a leaderboard as well, just to motivate the students. So let me tell you about the maths camp, which we'll be holding in the October break. So this camp is going to be in the October break from 27th October to the 1st of November. So these are brand new camps which we have designed in 2025. So they will have a lot of elements which our previous camps did not. In terms of key feature, in this maths camp, we'll be covering the full range of theory you can expect in the 11 plus exams. Students will get tons of practice as part of this camp. We'll have over 500 practice questions which students will go through. You will have daily assignments and assessments. We'll have a live review class every day. Let me underline this. So we'll have a live review class every day from 6 to 6:30 p.m. where we'll go over some difficult problems and students can test their understanding of the topics. We will have chat support throughout the day. So in case a child is stuck on a topic, you can always use the chat support, and we'll try our best to help. And we will have a live doubt session from 6:30 to 7 p.m. So in case there is a topic you did not understand from the day's learnings, you can bring it to the live session, and we will discuss it there. Yeah. So similar to the maths camp, we'll have the vocabulary booster in December. So this is to enhance your vocabulary, and vocabulary is becoming more and more important part of 11 plus exams. We'll have the English camp in the February break, NVR and VR camp in the April break, because April break is generally longer. And we'll have the accuracy booster in May. All of these camps will be repeated in the July and August break. So in case you miss a camp, you can always catch it in the July and August break next year. So guys, hopefully this gives you a good understanding of what these camps are. The camps are priced at £150 each, but we have certain discounts, which I'll take you through later. And the good thing is, if you don't like the camp within the first day, you can take your full money back, no questions asked. So I would definitely recommend trying the camps. If you are a part of our WhatsApp group, then we do offer a 1 day free trial. So you don't need to pay any money upfront. You can just take the free trial. And if you like the camp, continue. Otherwise, you can drop out. I'll share the details of our WhatsApp group later. Please do join that and benefit from these offers. Now, in terms of regular practice, so that was theory coverage. In terms of regular practice, we do recommend these books by Bond and CGP. These are assessment papers and 10-minute tests. These are bang on for GL bucks. So these are the right books at the right level of difficulty you should be practicing. At Oxbridge Institute, we have our range of online books, which we divide as 10-minute, 15-minute, and 20-minute tests. So they not only increase in the duration of the test, but they also increase in the difficulty levels. So we recommend the 10-minute and 15-minute tests for exams like GL bucks. The 20-minute tests are targeted at schools like QE, Sutton, HBS, which have an enhanced level of difficulty. We also have school-specific books, like for Sutton, we have comparison of textbook, and for QE, we have poem-based comprehension. So like this, we will be introducing some school-specific books through the year, and that might be important for you as well. There are some things we are excited about which are coming in 2026. So for the next year, we'll be launching all of our books in the physical format. So these will be available to purchase from Amazon. Because the test happens in a physical format, a lot of students want to do the books physically. So this would be really useful. Although the online books have certain advantages, like it's a self-timed book. So once you start a test, you can't take more than, the designated time. So the online books have this advantage, but, you will have the physical versions as well this year. We will be bringing out a lot of our past papers to be completed at home as home mocks. So for all of our formats, GL, QE, HBS, Sutton, FSCE, and CSSE, we are very keen to bring our past papers in a book format so that you can practice them at home. So that's big. And obviously, we have the updated subject camps. So like I mentioned, we have a updated maths camp happening. So all our camps will be updated for this particular year, and they will be revamped and have live elements as well. While in the previous years, our camps did not have a live element to them. Okay, guys, hopefully this makes sense. Now, in terms of mock exams, you don't have to start your mock journey with paid mocks. We highly recommend these GL practice tests. So these are by GL themselves. They have a very good level of difficulty, like the right level of difficulty. So these are highly recommended. They do come with answers as well, but unfortunately, they don't come with solutions. But we do recommend them to do at home. In case you are stuck on a problem, you can always ask in the WhatsApp group, or we will be having some doubt sessions, which I'll talk to you about later, where we'll be discussing these exams. In terms of competitive mock exams, where you are giving the exam as part of a cohort, we do offer three options: online mocks, at-home mocks, and physical mocks. So let me talk you through this. Our online mock exams will start from January 2026. So these are obviously taken on a computer or on an iPad. You will receive a personalized score report. You will get things like raw standardized score and rank information. You will have detailed solutions available to you. And we also allow you to retake the test once. So this is something which is very unique to us. So once a child has gone through the solutions, once you have gotten your score report, we will allow you to retake the test once. So you can see progress if the child has actually understood the solutions or not. In terms of physical mocks, they will be starting from May 2026. So these are center-based mocks, uh, and you get to keep the exam paper. So with a lot of providers, they will not let you take the exam paper home. But with us, you always get to take the exam paper home. And these are mocks which are going to be built in 2026. So they are going to be based on the latest pattern and with a lot of feedback from past students incorporated in them. So that is our physical mocks. Then we have at-home mocks. In case you want to practice one of our older mocks, we will have these available as at-home mocks where the mock paper comes to your home. You give us a snap of the answer sheet and we give you a full cohort report as well. For our physical mocks, for students who cannot take the mock exam due to any reason, distance, etc., we will be offering these as at-home mocks as well. So we recommend everyone take the format they want. We will have these exams as online exams, as well as physical exams, as well as at-home exams. Yeah. So any questions which come to you, please put it in the chat. And as I said, towards the end of the session, we will have a look at those. So our 2026 exams, generally they are £40 each, but we will be offering a bundle where you can get 3 exams for £100. For our GL exams, we'll be holding them in Milton Keynes, Amersham, Reading, and Ilford. And the exams will be in May, July, and August. So every year we do these 3 exams. And the good thing is, if you opt for a bundle, you can mix and match as well. So, for example, if you are giving the GL exam, but you will also be giving the QE exam, you could decide to take 2 GL exams and 1 QE exam. So you can mix and match like this. If you, let's say, are considering the CSSC exam as well, then you could mix and match with a CSSC exam as well. So you have that option. Uh, Coming to our all-inclusive package, like I mentioned, we are offering a discounted package as well. So this inclusive package includes all of our online resources. That is the 4 subject camps, the special camps, vocabulary booster and accuracy booster, as well as all of our online books. So 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and 10-minute books are included. You will get 3 online mock exams, 3 physical mock exams, and 3 at-home mock exams as well as part of this package. So the full price, the RRP of this bundle would be around £1,100. But if you want to take it as a bundle, you can get it for £600, almost a 50% saving. This bundle is going to be available till 31st of December 2025. So what this means is, let's say you take the math subject camp, you really like it, and you want to upgrade to the bundle, you can do so before 31st of December. You just need to pay the incremental cost and then you can upgrade. So this bundle will not be available after 31st of December because from January we start our online mock. So it's not possible to offer this after that. In case this is of interest, please get in touch. I'll be sharing my contact details later. You can email me, you can WhatsApp me, or contact us through the website chat. Yeah. So guys, we started these master classes last year. So these master classes are free for everyone. You don't have to be a customer of ours or take anything from us, but you can attend these for free. So what we'll be covering in these master classes is we either hold them on a Saturday at 2 p.m. or sometimes on a Sunday at 12 noon. Yeah. So these are the 2 times based on popularity. We will shift between the two. Uh, we don't hold them every week, but we are planning to hold them once every 2 weeks. So what we'll be covering as part of these master classes are currently we are covering a primary maths challenge, which is a maths challenge for students in year 4 to 6. We have a session tomorrow where we'll be covering the PMC 2020 paper. So in case you are interested in this, the link to join this is available on the website. Or if you want, I can share it in the chat as well. Let me know if you'd like me to share that. So tomorrow we'll be covering the 2020 paper. So students are going to do this paper at home. We have the solutions provided as well, so they can go through the solution. But anything they find tricky and they don't understand, we'll be discussing in the doubt session tomorrow. Yeah. We'll also be doing doubt sessions for the GL paper practice papers. So from January onwards, we'll be looking at these papers. Students do them at home and they bring any doubts to the session and we'll look at that together. Yeah. Similarly, our Oxbridge books will be holding doubt sessions for these and we'll help you resolve any queries on this. We do cover the theory basics from English, maths, NVR, and VR as part of our master classes as well. So if you join these classes, we will be covering a lot of the basic theory elements and giving students lots of practice on these basic elements as well. This is the link. If you want to join our WhatsApp group, this is my mobile number. Please DM me with a little bit of information about what year your child is in and what schools are you targeting, and I'll add you to our WhatsApp group. Yeah. Finally, we have a number of 11 plus events happening. This is the current events which you are a part of, Bucks 11 plus. Later on, we have a Sutton 11 plus information event. So Sutton is a consortium of grammar schools in London. Next weekend, we'll be having an information event on QE and HBS. And on October 5th, we have a mathematical potential event. Basically, this is an information event on maths challenges. This is more important for students who are in year 6 and above, who have already given the 11 plus exam. But we will be talking about the primary maths challenge as well, in case you are interested. So do join this. This is the link to join it on Eventbrite. I will share a link in the chat. Let me actually do that now. Just give me a minute. I will have to search it up. So this is the Eventbrite website. You can actually search here as well. Let me search 11 plus. This is one of our events, the event that's happening later today. But if we go here, this should take you to the page which has all the listings. So I'll share this link. If you go below, all our events are listed here. Let me share it in the chat. So just, it's not copied for some reason. I hope this link is clickable. In case it's not, just let me. Okay, I've just shared the link in the chat and hopefully everyone's got it. Cool. Okay. So this is all the events which will be happening over the next couple of weeks. So guys, this is my phone number. This is my email address in case you need to get in touch. And we have a live chat on the website, which we keep manned at most times. So if you have any queries, you can use this to get in touch with us as well. So this brings us to the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat or you can WhatsApp me and we'll have a look at them one by one now. Yeah. Okay, we do have some queries on WhatsApp. So somebody's saying we are holding these subject camps, but also these are going to be covered as part of the free master classes. So what's the difference? So in the master classes, we'll be looking at the basics. So we'll cover the basic aspect of theory and look at solving some simple questions, which are important from exam point of view. In the live courses or in the subject camps, we'll be diving in a lot more detail. We'll try to cover all the key question types and the amount of questions, practice questions is going to be much larger. So it is almost like a complete preparation module while the master classes are, you're going to get bits and bobs. Although we will try to cover all the main topics, but there is no guarantee that all topics will be covered. So we do highly recommend the online courses as a complete preparation module. Yeah. Okay, somebody has asked, are there any schools which take out of catchment students in Bucks? So unfortunately, Bucks schools do not have any open seats. So they are not sole performance based seats like in QE, Wilson's, etc. So you need to achieve a score of 121 plus and you need to be in the distance catchment. Only then you will be offered the place. Yeah. So Bucks does not have any open catchment seats. Okay, somebody's put a question here. If we need to move to the catchment by September 1st, can we add our current address, non-catchment, while filling the application form? Yes, so once the application form opens, that is in May, you can put your current address, and before the deadline of 1st of September, you can move into the catchment and you can let the council know that you have moved in the catchment. They might ask you for proofs which you can supply, and that should be fine. So as long as you are in the catchment by September 1st, that's actually acceptable. I would highly recommend going a little bit earlier so you can organize the proofs. Otherwise, getting some of these proofs can be very difficult because you need to register with the GP, you need to get a utility bill showing usage. So all of these are a little bit easier if you move in at least a couple of weeks prior to the deadline. Somebody is asking, can you explain how standardized scores are calculated in detail? So standardized scores, the best way of thinking it's like a ranking. So let's say 100 students give the exam. Yeah. So I'll rank all the students in terms of the score they have achieved, and that impacts their standardized score. So there is a formula for calculation of standardized scores. We use it in all our mock exams, but it is very technical. So unless you are really into data, statistics, etc., you will find the formula very difficult. So the best way to think of it is uh, the GL exam has 4 sections, right? So let's say they add up all the raw score from the 4 sections, they rank the students in order, and that is exactly the effect the standardization has. So just think of it like that. They take all the raw scores, they rank students in order of attainment, and that is the way to look at it. Hopefully that makes sense. If you want to go into more detail and if you want that formula, please contact us separately and I'll be happy to provide that to you. Yeah. Okay. Somebody has asked, how hard is GL exam compared to London schools? Uh, I would say the GL Bucks exam or the GL exam in general is a lot easier than schools like QE, Sutton, St. Olives, etc. Because Bucks has a very high density of grammar schools. So there are 13 grammar schools, which is actually a lot for the population. And like I mentioned, 1/3 of all the students who sit for the exam actually clear it. If you compare it to something like a QE, where you might have like 4,000 students giving the exam and there are 200 seats. So the level of competition is a lot harder in London grammar schools. So Bucks schools are relatively simpler, but obviously you do need to prepare and there is competition, but not as much as London grammar schools. Hopefully that answers your question. Anything else, please put it in the chat and I'll be happy to address it. Yeah. Like I mentioned, you will be getting a copy of the presentation as well as the copy of the recording in your email on Monday. Any questions, please let me know. You can reply to that email or you can use any of these methods to contact me. Yeah. So if that's all the questions, I thank you for being a part of this presentation. I hope to work with your family in the next coming months. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Bye.